say about that visual. And there we are live. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm in a different location altogether, still in Daytona Beach, but I am live on the set from where I've been the last few days. We'll get to that in a moment, but good morning, everyone. It is Trending Thursday. This is Carroll-Sue, AKA Naughty Boss, Lady Canna, live with
TwoSistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Janice, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, and you may see that I'm a little in gym kind of format here. Did not have time to, get the shower in and everything after kickboxing. And just a shout out to Dre. My quads are killing me, and we'll just leave.
Always good to get a good workout.
Great workout.
Good workout.
How do you get your day? Yeah, it was awesome. So thank you so much. Trending Thursday, we are always up to something, always doing something new, always trying to lean toward the trending aspect of what is happening in our line of work. And honestly, I don't really consider it work. And excuse me, I like looking up, what is trending new in the fitness world. I got to put my glasses back up for this one. And I do apologize. I'm looking at my other computer. So 100 health and fitness products that will transform your lifestyle. 100, all you need is a couple, right? But they really have some great tips in there. And I'm not going to go into a lot about it, but I will post the link, excuse me, on our Facebook page today. So without further ado, let's dive right into Trending Thursday. And obviously my sister looks beautiful. She looks a lot more polished than obviously I do.
Whatever. We are always authentically us. And I think that's what really puts the passion into our podcast. We are showing other entrepreneurs or anybody that's got that fire, that passion of what how they want to impact the world, and just go out and do it. Don't bring it to the graveyard. Don't go leaving this world with regrets. That's what we always say. So go after that passion. And for those that do know me, one of my strongest passions is cheerleading and dance. And I have been so blessed over the years that obviously I was a cheerleader when I was younger, and that was a long time ago. We're not going to even go into that. However, I was blessed that a daughter that really loved the sport as well. She started cheering at a very young age, kind of led me to the all-star world and high school and college world. And that led us to, all-stars from a couple different perspectives, from a production perspective, but also from that parent perspective. And a woman that I so admired, who very innovative, really one of the pioneers of really for that small producer, Robin Coe. So shout out to her. Started a new brand, a product, and a vision that she had way before the virus hit our earth, our airspace, our media space, and our social media space. And one of the things about a lot of sports that young athletes get involved with is cheerleading and dance. But a lot of times, as most parents know, and most gym owners know, there's a huge cost to that. And when I first started, there were some programs that weren't, just couldn't afford to travel. Their parents couldn't afford to do that. So what tends to truly happen in a segregated area, really, in a local area, would be that a program would tend to kind of go to the same nationals or same different events that were actually being produced within their area. But frequently what happens with that, you continually compete, right, against the same programs over and over again. And how can you bring kind of the competition to the market without having the cost for a parent or a gym doing the traveling expenses? So Robin Coe came up with this brand, this concept of doing live virtual events. So they're live just as if you were in person, but it's all done virtual interaction with the fans, with the coaches, with the athletes. And this patent pending brand kicked off, and she knew that I was in Florida. She also had moved to Florida, and she chatted with me and she said, hey, you know what, I'm going to be doing an event. Could you help me out? Blah, 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 kind of just connected. And of course, I got the bug. And, so I've helped her out with a few different events. And I'm telling you, to really watch the birth of it from, where she started talking about it early on, and then to see the production end of it, because it is a little bit different for those who go to live events, whether it's dance, whether it's cheer, you see it different from a different perspective. But I love that this brand is bringing a whole different level to it with really engaging, because at a live event, besides the fans yelling and screaming, and yeah, they'll do like little different trivia things. It's also neat that in the last 12 months, because of what was been going on with the virus, that there was a product that could still bring the production and high-end production. So this weekend we have been in Daytona, actually this week, Daytona, and this is kind of was the premier event, which is very innovative, the first of its kind, by the way, and bringing the athletes that have earned that bid to go to Worlds, kind of like a last dress rehearsal before the big world stage that is held in Orlando, Florida in May. So we got to see, I've got a list of so many teams: Top Gun, Energizer, World Cup, Bay State from Massachusetts, which I absolutely love them, Ultimate Stars, New Jersey. I mean, they're just cheer athletics. There's so many to go through, but to see the combination of not only cheer and dance in this environment. So we are at one location. She had judges all over the country. And then you had the interaction with the fans. She did a live interview with an athlete that's actually going to Worlds for the first time, been to Worlds, but actually is competing. And it really was amazing to see how this industry had to pivot, because we've been talking a lot about that, don't you think, Joe? We've been talking about a lot of pivoting, how businesses had to pivot. And that's exactly what Winners Choice Championships did, is they realized that they wanted to bring something that it really gives that gym, that program, the opportunity to compete with other programs across not only the United States, but the world, really, in a different format without even leaving their location. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting to bring that to the different gyms around the United States that, think of the high school men and women, young men and women who want that opportunity to showcase what they are passionate about, the thrill of victory, hopefully no agony of defeat. I sound like, what was it, Jim McKay that used to say that, ABC on, I believe it was Saturdays. But the point being, how exciting for them that they get to showcase their talent, they get to compete. And I think we may be perhaps interviewing a few of the athletes at some point, and we're really excited about that because we really want to showcase what they are passionate about, but in a way how they transition. Yes, as adults we have to transition, but obviously I think it's a lot more thought process for these young athletes. There's just so much that goes into that. And I also think of the world of figure skating, because obviously we grew up in an ice skating family. And excuse me, Jessie, who was one of our co-authors, she was a figure skater. So she definitely can relate to that, the challenge of training and, competing. And the ice skating world, was it our oldest sister, Claudine, could not, because they weren't doing in live events for the different ice skating champions. What they did was, and I thought this was kind of creative, kind of funny in a way, but they had cardboard, fan cardboards, so I think it's like from the waist up, where their cardboard thing would be in the audience. And think about that from the perspective of the competing figure skaters. So the world is evolving in so many different ways. And I'm really excited, hopefully at some point, who knows, maybe we can interview your friend that is, in charge of this, because I think this can really highlight so many different businesses on how they can pivot and bring it on, bring their, right?
Absolutely. And the thing which was what I really thought was spectacular, in all honesty, was that her concept was already in her vision, in her goals way before it. So it had nothing to do with, in her case, it had actually nothing to do with the virus per se, because she already had this concept in place. She was already working out the details. And when I say she put on a production, it is high end. As you can see, I'm behind this banner. They've got lighting, cameras, action. It is live here. You've got judges on site. You have judges actually working remotely from their home. You've got all the athletes performing right in their gym live, and it's one and done. A lot of times with cheerleading and dance events, it's a 2-day event, so you have 2 days to compete. Some days, day one may be worth more than day two, or vice versa. Each event producer might do it a little bit differently. But on the world stage, what was unique was they actually were judged using the world's judge sheet. So they're going to have a good feedback from the judges, and they were all world judges that were actually judging them. So it's going to give them a really good, input before they actually go to the live event in Disney in May, early May. And the feedback, because the feedback is priceless when you think about that. They're going to critique them on all different areas. And what I loved about that was they were just excited, as well as the staff, getting ready for this event, because it's different. It's different when you have your athletes in gyms seeing what's going on, seeing that warm-up area, taking a peek out into that audience where the auditorium is, knowing that their parents are right there and, shouting and screaming and really cheering them on, as well as, whatever different kind of, a lot of times, a lot of athletes have little rituals that they do before they get on that on deck area and take that floor, take that mat. So to see it from a different perspective, I have to say that there was one gym in particular, Fame All-Stars, and they actually, the lighting that they had, you really thought that you were at an actual live event in an arena. They had the lights going, the music's blasting, just that same kind of interaction that you have if you were in person. So, and then I think it's also interesting, and yes, I'm definitely going to ask Robin for an interview, as well as some athletes, because, to hear it from an event producer's perspective versus an athlete's perspective, because it's a little bit different. And not only that, a parent's perspective, you work hard so your child could participate and be involved with something that they love, which in turn, who doesn't feel proud when their child's performing, right? Working hard towards that. But how did some of these athletes pivot, not being able to go to the gym, and the gym owners not being able to, open up fully, only having a few athletes in at a time, how that disrupted that normal flow of training. So, there's so much that goes into this past year, and really you see that the divots and the pivots on so many different industries and what they had to do. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I think that's what's been trending. I mean, in the cheer and dance world, everyone's super excited for Cheerleading Worlds. Again, that's going to be at ESPN in Disney early May. And, I think not that nerves are going, but nerves are, having butterflies. Don't you think, as an athlete, or even doing a live performance, whether you're, doing a podcast, if you don't get some butterflies before you go on, that means your passion's not there. I always say that you've got to have those butterflies, that little nervousness that goes into a production, goes into a performance, goes into a training, because that really shows that you care, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. I think when we initially started this podcast, which is we're just about a year old here, and I'm the more tech savvy one, yet I don't have the IT sophistication, if that makes any sense. So it really was fumbling to figure out, oh my God, so overwhelming. How do we do this? But I figured it out, and now it's just like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, no big deal. But, I had a little glitch on my other computer. That's why I always say you always have to have a backup. So thank you. I love my laptop, and I love my Mac. Mac didn't want to cooperate today. You know what? It's all good because it worked out. And the thing about doing a daily podcast, like, I don't look so glamorous right now. And normally I'd be like, oh my God, I can't get a video, like, whatever. Like, I don't, it's not that I don't care. And yes, I will be hopping in the shower once I get off and we're done with the podcast. But it just goes to show you that even though you think you may have a glitch on how you can produce something. The bigger picture really is the challenge. So, and like you said, your friend, I think her name is Robin.
Yes, Robin Coe.
Okay. So,
She's the co-owner of the Winner's Choice Championships.
so Robin had the foresight even before the China stuff, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the reason really stemmed from, if you want to be authentically realistic, there's some, whether it's a program, whether it's the parents or whatever, that either don't want to travel. And this is before, again, this is all before the virus. It's an expensive store. Your sneakers, you're in the gym two times a week. Some get private lessons on different areas of whatever they're doing, whether they're, a flyer or they want to learn new tumbling skills. You have that. You've got the uniform cost, and they do, obviously most programs do fundraising. You have to, but there are some gyms that choose to just compete locally, and there's nothing wrong with that. So how do you tap into that market and bring the competition to them? And this was just something that was in her vision. This is something that she was always really excited about and passionate about. And she was one of those people, entrepreneurs, that I truly respect, that had a vision and said, I'm not, this vision, this dream is not going to the graveyard with me. I'm going to pursue it. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And she's assembled a group of professionals that first and foremost love what they do. And I think that really shines through the product and the brand, just like what we're showing and showcasing with entrepreneurs, mom and pop, authors, trainers, whatever it may be, whatever guest speakers we bring on, that we share that same passion with. Don't let that vision go in the graveyard. So while, yes, we're always authentically us, sometimes we're made up, sometimes we're not. Sometimes we get on hot subjects, sometimes we get on serious subjects, but everything has to do with mindset, health, and wellness. And she had the foresight to say, you know what? I have this process in my mind that I really think is going to help the industry. And it surely has. It's changed the face. She does an amazing job with the entire production team. It's just phenomenal. And I think it's going to be something that, she's also going to still do live events. I'm super excited. She's doing one, I believe it's the 19th through the 22nd of 2022 back in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. She was the master of hosting huge events there, world events, because in order to get to Worlds, you got to earn a bid. It's not an event that you just pay an entrance fee. You have to earn it. And I love that. And so she's bringing a whole different vision to the sport and the industry. And I absolutely love that. And I think that's what we're also showcasing on our podcast, is that you don't have to have a perfect set. Obviously I'm in a set right now. I'm taking advantage of it because I absolutely love what I've been doing for the last few days, but I also love sharing other entrepreneurs' visions and dreams. But you know what? Sometimes we're walking, sometimes we're just in our home. And what we are sharing with other people and what should be trending is that you too can do whatever you really are passionate about, what you set your mind to. Is it hard? Yeah. Is it always pretty? No, absolutely not. And what is pretty? How do you define pretty? I think that should be what's trending. What is pretty? It's all within you. It's all within your passion. Passion is pretty because that's pure. That is what drives us. That's what feeds our mindset, our heart, our body, our soul. Don't you think?
Yes, it does. Passion pretty with two sisters. I kind of like that. It has a ring to it.
And
So,
unscripted. And we're always unscripted. And that's one of the other things I absolutely love. Sometimes, and we talk about this frequently, sometimes we know if we're having a guest speaker on, or each day we have a specific kind of thing that we're going to. And I'm going to share one more thing that's trending, at least for me, and then I want you to share one thing that's trending for you. But the point is, I love to go unscripted because it's really showing that beginner entrepreneur. You know what? If right now, because I'm on my cell phone, not even on my laptop, if the cell phone fell, I wasn't going to freak out about it. You just pick it up, put it back on the contraption that it's holding. And we're really showcasing that anyone, as long as you're passionate and you're authentically you, all of you, that shows others that they can do it too. Forget about the perfect setup, the perfect lighting, the perfect microphone, the perfect whatever. Just go out and be passionate and do what you want to do. But now I want to kind of flip it to show what's trending for me today. Hold on. I had to bend over and get it. So anywho, the big joke a lot of times when I'm with friends, family, or whatever, is I know I like to sing. Now I suck at singing. I'm not quitting my day job. Many people know that. But in the shower, I think I'm a pretty good singer. But anywho, frequently, we'll do karaoke, or, if you're fortunate enough to see a live band or whatever. And our cousin has a great live band, Prime Time, out in Connecticut. So the microphone, I'm one who'll just grab the microphone and I'll just take it away. And we frequently joke that he probably mutes the mic, but I don't know. I think when we get on stage and we're singing with other people that are on key, we sound better. But anywho, I absolutely love this. So this is Winner Choice's microphone with the logo in the microphone. How do I look?
Officially official.
TwoSistas. I'm thinking we're going to see one of these. So what's trending for you, Jan?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know me, I'm always, diving into what's new, what's trending, maybe an app, maybe I'm looking into new protein shakes, because this time of year, I really start to transition into intermittent fasting, because my body does much better from spring to summer with intermittent fasting. So I'm kind of revving up for that. Who knows? You just never know, because it can change on a daily basis. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I'm trending with. Obviously, always checking what's trending online. Always, very interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Very interesting topics online. Who knows? And tomorrow is Fantabulous Friday. We will be on a little bit later at 12 p.m. We have an amazing guest on tomorrow who is the owner of Happy Bond, a pet, how do I describe it? Pet foods and different medicinal type of things. Very healthy, all natural. So I'm really excited about that, because obviously I have 3 little mugheads. I call them mugheads collectively, 3 little doggies. So, that's trending. Pet stuff is trending.
Oh, very much so. I mean, there's so many people out there that their pets are their children. They want to make sure that they're nourished, that they're being well taken care of, and they have their own little personalities. We have 2 cats, frequently talk about Jerry Seinfeld and Tate. One eats to live and one lives to eat. Totally different personalities, but they are part of the family. Forced family fun, I say.
Wow. So a lot happening in Daytona Beach today, here in North Haven. Today and tomorrow, it's going to be rain, kind of doom and gloom. That's kind of like my lighting is a little bit off. Plus I'm faced in a different direction, but it's all good, showing up authentically ourselves. On that note, my name is Janice, AKA Wellness Diva 5.0, and I am with TwoSistas.
And before we sign off, I want to give a shout out to our goddaughter, Megan Lyman. Today is her birthday. Happy 30th birthday. It's a special milestone. And I'm so happy that you are celebrating it with mom and dad in Florida on the other side of the coast where I am from. So you have a special day. But yes, today is Trending Thursday. What are you trending about? You know what? Instead of scrolling, trying to figure out what's trending, that's okay. Do that for a little while. But you be the trend setter. You set the bar, so everyone else wants to see what you're up to, and make sure that it's always, always with passion and with kindness. This is Carroll-Sue, AKA Naughty Boss, Lady Canna, live from the Winner's Choice Championships production stage here in Daytona Beach. We will see you tomorrow for a Fantabulous Friday. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.